Hey guys, back again for another review of Real Housewives of New York, season 13, episode 9. This episode was kind of boring to me, and at the end of the episode was kind of triggering to me in a sense. And I have like two different thoughts on the episode. Like, on one hand, this, on the other hand, that. But let's just start with, and we're not going to do a full recap because the episode really wasn't that interesting until the end. And it was more of, I'm blackity black, black, black. Are you white supremacist? Where do you stand? That is so over that. So, Ebony took Sonia to a matchmaker. She's been planning this for several weeks, so today's the day. Sonia goes to a matchmaker. Sonia being part of the JP Morgan family, or was, but she still claims it. So that's problematic. But so she's playing in a different league of men, let's just say. And Ebony is with a matchmaker trying to match Sonia, who's 50 plus years old, divorced white woman, married to the bank. Like, she was married to the bank. So that's like a high bar if you're trying to marry somebody with wealth. Unless you're trying to marry somebody with substance who loves you and cares for you and blah, blah, blah. But I have a feeling Sonia just wants that comfortable lifestyle that she had once before, because that townhouse is draining her dry and she can't even sell it. And she lost all that money, I think, on film deals and the toaster ovens, and then Century 21 failed and all that stuff. So Sonia's had a bad break. But not like black women, who they say 44% of us won't ever marry or are single. And if you look at the internet, we are not the most desirable, but that's a whole nother story. But my whole point is, Ebony, why are you trying to help this lady find a man? And do you have a man? That's my question. And then let's be clear. I don't think a man is the bar to happiness. Let's just be clear on that. But since we're discussing this, I'm sure your friends who came to your party, I'm sure one of them is single. Help them find a man. Help them. Anyhow, moving right along to the very end, because the middle, I don't even remember the middle. I just remember they went to Salem, Massachusetts, and they were going to do a little witchcraft thing, if you will. So, they go in, the lady gives a history lesson on Salem and witches and Salem, blah, 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 blah. Now we're back. Everybody has on their black latex. Ebony and Leah, they have on their black latex and tight clothes and ready to drink and let loose and unwind, have a good time. But then Ebony comes with the, are you aligned with white supremacy? And then, of course, Ramona, she don't want to have anything to do with this conversation. But, Luann, she dives in. Are you saying that we're white supremacists? Are you implying that? And then Ebony basically says, no, I just want to know who I am talking to, if I'm going to let loose with you people. Because I know that people say that I don't let loose and all I do is talk about race. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much the gist of it. Well, you're implying that we're white supremacists. No, I just want to know who I'm aligned with, who I am hanging out with. I just want to know. Ebony needs to know because, she's black. I'm black and I need to know. And here's my thing. When I see people in comments, particularly Karens in comments saying how exhausting and I want her to go, is that racist? That's what someone said. Well, it's racist if you have to ask that question, because obviously there was some intent of racism. They're saying how exhausted they are with her because all she talks about is race and is giving a history lesson. I'm exhausted with that too, because that goes away from what the show is about. The show's not about that. The show's about fun and lifestyle. A luxurious lifestyle had by these Upper East Side or New York women. They've expanded out of the Upper East Side. We now have Leah, who lives, does she live in a meatpacking district or Tribeca or something? And then we have Ebony, who I think is moving to Harlem, or I think she lived in Tribeca and is moving to Harlem. I don't know, it doesn't matter. They've expanded outside of the Upper East Side. Anyhow, but they still have we have a core understanding of these women. They drink, they get drunk, they argue, they fight, they make up, they do it all over again. They sometimes have one night stands, they sleep with each other's men, and that's what they do. Unlike any other franchise, I give New York credit because, say for instance, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, they get on one subject and they run with it the whole season. Erica's Pantygate. This season, it seems like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, their theme is freaking creepy gate, I guess. You barged in my room, and I'm like, with Sutton and Crystal. But anyhow, back to New York. And what I like about New York is they never have a true theme throughout. Like maybe it was like Scott and Tinsley, but it's not like something that it's the one common theme throughout each season, because really they just argue, they make up, and they do it all over again, and they get drunk while doing it. So we're at Ebony's sitting down like, oh my God, this is my cause. If you don't like it, then too bad, because that's who I'm going to be. I'm going to be this all the time. And then Ebony gets into this shouting match with Ramona like, Ebony, I don't understand why you have to bring up being black all the time. And then, they threw Sonia under the bus. Like, Sonia even said, you need to lighten up and have some fun. And she did. Like, Ebony has let Sonia slide, because they all see Sonia somewhat as a victim or some ding dong, which I really don't think she is, but that's the role she's playing. So let's just run with it. So they let Sonia slide and pass with a lot of things. But Ramona, she wants to get up and run away, because that's what she is. She's a runner. She's a track star. Ramona is a runner and a track star. She cannot handle any sort of confrontation or anything that's counter what she believes. She is not here for any sort of talk aside. She just wants to drink and be merry and act like she's not drinking and being merry. Or she just wants to sleep around and go on dates and act like she's not doing that. So Ebony, they keep going back and forth, blah, 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 blah. I'm a white woman. I'm a black woman. I'm a white woman. Like, it's exhausting. I mean, so on one hand, I am in agreement with people who say Ebony, all she does is try to preach and teach about black culture and history. And on the other hand, it's like, how dare you talk about her? Because I know at the root of your complaint is racism. You don't want to be confronted with this blackness that is Ebony. But on the other hand, I'm exhausted from it too, because I don't believe that it is my job to teach you how to treat me. Or I don't believe it is my job for you to understand me. Like, if we come together as friends and we learn each other, but it's not like, this is me. This is me. It's just more so, let's learn each other and be happy and merry, or not. So next episode seems like it's going to get heated up, because Rashawn is going to call everybody boring and old ladies. And they, you better not call Luann anything, because we saw what she did to Ebony. So like and subscribe and tell me what you think. Do you think Ebony is exhausting? Or do you think she is what am I trying to say? What's the word? Not access. Well, do you think she's an asset to the show? Do you think she's a good add-on? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Like and subscribe. Bye.